Hey, SilverBlaze412 here. This is part 2 out of 4 of my full Killing Floor review, and this review we will be going over the survivors. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the original characters, which are the characters that come with the game. These are free, by the way. Okay, first on the list is Corporal Lewis. Corporal Lewis was going to get fired because he was too fat, but then the zombies attacked and his commanding officer was killed, and he eventually lost all of his pounds from zombie surviving. You know, that really takes it out of you, doesn't it? Alright, here we have Lieutenant Masterson. Nobody really knows how he got to the rank of lieutenant because all of his career is pretty much non-existent. He hasn't done much, but the good thing about him is that he's cool under pressure, and he is a very good commanding officer, so he's a very vital part to the team. Private Schnieder was among the first to be sent in with his team to combat the new zombies, but right after they landed, his team got ripped limb from limb, and he had to find his own way to survive. He eventually met up with the rest of the survivors and is now helping them out in any way he can. Sergeant Powers came home one day to find his wife and daughter being eaten by zombies. Ever since then, he has been obsessed with killing zombies, and he barely sleeps, he barely eats. All he does is he waits for zombies, he goes out there, he kills the zombies, and for that reason, he is a huge part of the team. Police Constable Briar was called out one night to deal with a bunch of rioters. Later, he found out that they weren't rioters, they were actually zombies, and ever since then, he has been running around the streets, finding food, and slaying zombies left and right. His wife started cheating on him with several guys at the police force, and his daughter dropped out of college and proclaimed herself a bisexual vegan. He has wanted to do something bold, daring, and dangerous, and very life-threatening his entire life. All hail the end of the world. Several months after Killing Floor came out, Tripwire released a skin pack that allowed you to play as a civilian survivor in the zombie apocalypse. This pack cost about $2 in the US and about £3 in Great Britain. Agent Wilks was an agent for one of Horzine's rival companies. His mission was to sneak into Horzine facilities and steal one of their best prototype armors and use it for profit gain. What he didn't know is that the same building he was in was the same building they were also developing the zombie apocalypse, which was simultaneously set loose with him stealing the armor. Luckily, the armor works. Once upon a time, DJ Skully was a private in the military, but he thought the military wasn't for him, and so he ran away and became a DJ in the nightclubs of Great Britain. But when the zombie apocalypse happened, the military snatched him back up and forced him back into the combat he was running away from. Dr. Glover was a junior scientist in a project made for cloning creatures and using their organs to help heal other humans. Little did he know that these creatures would become the zombie apocalypse. Now he's willing to lend his scientific expertise and any physical expertise that he can give to help put a stop to this. Foundry worker Aldridge was just a face in the crowd. He was a steel maker. He made steel. One day, some zombies bust into his steel factory and kill all of his friends. He barely manages to kill them all by tipping over a large plate of molten steel. Now he is with DJ Skully and the rest of his friends, and they are working together to survive. Almost 6 months after the release of Killing Floor, Tripwire once again released a new character pack with new civilian characters in it for you to play as. Each has their own small backstory. Lance Corporal Barron had received a call that there was a homicidal policeman killing people and had set a bomb in downtown London. He went out there to defuse the bomb, but what he didn't know is that the people were zombies and that the policeman was Police Constable Briar. Best friend to DJ Skully, Mike Noble, was at a Halloween party that DJ Skully was supposed to be DJing at. When he didn't show up, Mike Noble went up to the roof to call him on the phone. When he didn't answer, he came downstairs and found that everybody at the party was being devoured by flesh-eating zombies. He barely managed to get a katana off of the wall and fight his way out. Security Officer Thorne, aka Carnivore, sold his body to Horzine to be tested on so that he could feed his wife and kids at night. He later went insane and is now craving the flesh of the science guy that was testing on him. Mr. Foster is a dime a dozen very boring book writer. He's writing an autobiography about himself, but nobody wants to buy. Too bad there's no publishers left alive, because this giant orgy of brain-eating zombies would probably shoot the book up to the top. You guys should come play Killing Floor with me sometime. Here's my Steam name and my in-game name. Just add me as a friend, I'll add you, and we'll play whenever.